Hi, Tom here. In this week's Circle Line Art School video, I will show you one way to draw a building using two-point perspective step by step. Two-point perspective is best used when looking directly at a corner of a building. To learn more about drawing in perspective, please visit circlelineartschool.com, where you'll find full details of my online drawing courses for beginners. The first step in this drawing is to draw a horizontal line low down on your paper. For my drawing, I'm using A4 paper, but any size paper would be fine. Next, draw two dots to represent the two vanishing points at each end of your horizon line. Now, we can draw the nearest vertical corner of the building. This is an imaginary building, so you could use this technique but invent your own buildings as you go along. Next, from this vertical line, draw guidelines, which are just soft lines that are easy to erase, that will guide the receding angles of our building towards the two vanishing points, that will guide the receding angles of our building as they recede away towards the two vanishing points. So draw two guidelines from the base of the vertical line, and then two more guidelines from the top of the vertical line towards your vanishing points. Next, draw two more vertical lines either side of the first vertical line that we drew to show where the first corner structure of our building stops on the left and the right. Now we can repeat this same process of drawing in two-point perspective, but rather than a vertical line crossing the horizon, next we can instead draw a vertical line above the horizon and to the right of the center of the drawing. This new vertical line is above the horizon, so we are looking up at it. Next, draw four guidelines to your vanishing points. So two soft guidelines going to the right vanishing point, which will be easy to erase if we need to later on, and then two more guidelines going to the left vanishing point. For this drawing you could use a ruler or just draw freehand, looking at where the line is going. Next, we can draw a vertical line between the two receding lines on the right to show where the structure finishes on the right-hand side. Now, we can draw new guidelines from the left baseline to the vanishing point on the right, and then another new guideline from the right baseline to the vanishing point on the left. We can see the base because the structure is above the horizon line. Next, we can use the same technique of two-point perspective to draw more of the structure of our building. Using the left vanishing point, we could draw another baseline going towards the left, and then a top line using the same receding line that we used before, and then just add a vertical line to make another part of the building, which is in the background of the parts that we've already drawn. Now we can draw two diagonal lines to the left using the right vanishing point as a guide that go in front of the vanishing point on the left, and then draw a vertical line to show where this new wall that we're drawing will stop. Next, we could add a flat arch in this wall. To do that, start by drawing a rectangle, but using the right vanishing point as a guideline for the receding lines going towards the right. And then, from the four corners of your rectangle, draw new receding lines to the left vanishing point, which is inside the rectangle. In this way, we have a flat arch going away towards the left vanishing point. Then to draw the inside of the flat arch, use the vanishing point on the right for the receding lines that are going towards the right, and then we can darken the receding lines going towards the left vanishing point to make the edges of the flat arch. Next, we could draw another structure behind this flat arch, using the right vanishing point as a guide. We could add some smaller shapes, maybe a glass doorway, using vertical lines, and the diagonal lines that we use for this will be receding towards the right vanishing point, because the wall that the glass doorway on is receding to the right vanishing point. Now we have the start of a complex building drawn using two-point perspective. Next, we can add some windows to the surfaces of the building. Again, keep using the technique of two-point perspective, where vertical lines stay vertical and all the horizontal lines go towards the vanishing points. In this building, we are making blocks of rectangles that have parallel sides, and that is why it's a relatively straightforward drawing suitable for two-point perspective, because parallel lines will go towards a vanishing point when we track them back to the horizon line. Two-point perspective is best used when drawing buildings with rectangular structures, and when looking at a building with the corner of the nearest part of the building straight in front of you, and therefore you can see the two sides of the building receding, either side of the nearest corner that's in front of your vision. And the two sides will be receding to the horizon line as long as the ground that the building on is flat and you are standing on the flat ground too. The viewer is standing on the flat ground too. And then the vanishing points represent the positions that we have decided where the receding sides of the building will go towards. Now, all of the windows in this drawing need to follow the technique of two-point perspective, as if you were to change the technique of drawing in an image, it would no longer work. It is important, therefore, to stick to your choice, and the choice for this drawing is two-point perspective. So we need to make sure that we use two-point perspective for all the elements in this drawing. A building made out of rectangles. Next, on the right, we can extend the structure in front of the right vanishing point. The vanishing points are on the horizon and they are very far away, so we don't really want the building going too much towards them, towards the vanishing points, because then the building would start to look as long as a long straight road. Buildings need to stop way before they reach the vanishing point. Next, we could add some pathways to the ground. Again, using the vanishing points for this. We're imagining the ground is very flat, so the receding lines of any pathways will go directly to one of your vanishing points. When drawing buildings from imagination, it is good, I find, to think of how a person might walk around the buildings that we're drawing. How small or large would the person look? And that will help you decide how big or wide the pathways are, how high the doors are, and how large the windows should be. We could add some people later to this drawing. Next, we can start adding some shading. For this drawing, I'm using a 4B pencil, but any soft, dark pencil would be fine. When shading, try to shade using the side of the pencil point, and I find it best if the pencil is blunt and not sharp, as then the shading will look flatter and not so scratchy. Also, when shading, I find it best to just use a few tonal values at first. A tonal value is how light or dark the shading is, from black to white. If you just use a few tonal values, for example a light tone, a medium tone and a dark tone, then as you shade, you can just pick one of these three tonal values or add the fourth tonal value, which would be the lightness of the unshaded paper that you're drawing on. For the windows, it would be a good idea to add some graded shading, so not flat shading where the tone doesn't change, but graded shading where the tonal values change from light to dark and then back again, as this will create a sense of a reflective quality on the glass surfaces of this building. Next, we could draw a person. Start by drawing a person next to a doorway so that you know how large to make the person so that they can fit through the door. Then, in the far distance, we could add some more people. This is very straightforward. As these people are so far away, they'll look like the size of ants, just little specks. Adding small people will make the buildings we're drawing look much bigger. I hope you found this drawing tutorial useful for your own drawings. To keep up to date with all the content I create, and to learn more about drawing in perspective, please visit circlelineartschool.com, where you can find full details of all the courses, books, and resources that are available. Thanks for watching and see you next time. I hope you like, share and subscribe to keep up to date to all the videos that I make.